Whoa. All right. Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, September 5th, day 22 of my 25-day challenge for mental health. I'm just about finishing up, just have 3 more days to go. I'm going to make sure I do my 25 push-ups for mental health like I do every day, and then my extra five. And my extra five today are for the staff and kids of Sarasota County Public Schools who made it through their first week. I know it was tough testing. We heard a lot of input from teachers and parents, and I think that's great. So the plus five is definitely for the staff and students. Great job this week. Continue to fight. Continue to do what you need to do. All right. Today's topic is going to be how to speak up and what happens when you do. It seems I have a couple people out there who are upset that I'm being allowed to speak up about what happened to me by the Sarasota County School Board. They're saying that it's not my talks have nothing to do with, education or things like that. So I think that's pretty funny. Okay, one of the things they complained about is that I read from scripture, and that was a major complaint. So I'll be starting with scripture again today. And here's the verse. It says, "Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth." Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 6. And I love this because scriptures come from love. They speak the truth. Okay, so love does not delight in evil. And that's why I like speaking scriptures, because scripture is coming from love. That's the place where it's coming from to give you this sound advice. Okay, but that love speaks of truth. And that's the problem with some people. Truth scares people. Okay, they don't like hearing the truth, and there's no question the scripture speaks the truth. And so for a person, and I'll talk about her in a minute, for a person to complain about that, they're complaining about the truth. And that's the part that's amazing to me. So what does that lead to? That's when the attacks begin. So what I want to do again when I talk about today is to speak up, talk about how to speak up and then what happens when you do. Okay, so the first part, how to speak up. This is what I believe I am doing when I'm doing this. When I'm speaking up, I want to make sure I'm factual, that I'm not making allegations, that I'm not spreading rumors or saying things that aren't true. Everything I've said, I have facts, the factual basis to back them up, whether it's testimony, video, depositions, police reports. It's all there. I try to be positive. Even though we're talking about negative subjects, I want to be positive. I want to be open-minded. I had a couple different people contact me in the last couple of days and change my opinions about things, change my topics for what I was going to talk about. So when I'm talking and I'm being factual and being positive, I still need to be open-minded because there's things I might be wrong about. So again, willing to listen, learn, and then want to change. Okay, so I mean, these are all things you want to do when you speak up. You want to be factual. You want to be positive. You want to be open-minded. You want to be willing to listen to others, learn from others, and then possibly change. And I'll give you a great example of this that happened in the school board meeting. Okay, so we had the group of individuals get up and speak for me. And then after that, we had a group of parents who spoke up about their concerns with masks. Now, in the beginning, I didn't share their full concern. But as these people got up and they started explaining their personal stories and what was going on, giving this input in an honest, factual, positive way, it opened my eyes. I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute. There's more to this than I thought in the beginning. And so all of a sudden, I have a new perspective on that. I need to go back and rethink things. I mean, something I heard that in the beginning didn't make sense to me, and I'm being honest here, it made sense to me when one of the moms spoke up is if the teacher has the mask and the face gear on and they're up front and they're behind a shield and all the students are behind shields, why can't they take just a moment to take their mask off and get a breather? I mean, or why can't they have their mask off behind that area? Now, again, I know someone's going to say, well, the air circulates things. Okay. But I thought to myself, wow, that's a different perspective that I didn't think about. If they're going to tell you to wear masks, just wear them. Okay, well, no, wait a minute. And then these people gave some great factual reasons on why that shouldn't happen. And I love it. I learned, I changed. So, again, my opinion can vary when people open my eyes to things. So now, the goal is in that first part, how to speak up, and watching people at the school board meeting speak up. And again, I'll make a constructive criticism of myself, and I did it yesterday. Was I emotional when I spoke up? Absolutely. Was I trying to point things out? Was I being loud? Yes, I was. Okay, and some people don't like that, but I'll say the same thing. I didn't say anything abusive, I didn't say anything vulgar, and I didn't say anything that was untrue. So you got to get your likes and dislikes out of things. You have to focus on what the people are saying. Okay, so now when you do speak up, for those of you who do, you know what happens. You instantly get attacked by people. And that's what I want to talk about. And I'm going to talk about a specific person. Her name is Paulina Testerman. And this Paulina Testerman is the one who's complaining that I'm posting here on this site saying these talks don't have anything to do with school. They have everything to do. This is about getting teachers and parents to speak up, because people like Paulina Testerman, they're complaining about me speaking the truth, doing scriptures. Why? Because she's afraid of the truth. She gets exposed. Her confirmation bias. This is one of these things these people do when they want to attack you. Confirmation bias. They're going to find all the points that agree with them, and then they're going to pipe them out there, pump them out there to you. My goal is to get the points from both sides, to be open-minded, objective. That's not what somebody like Paulina Testerman wants, and that's why I'll call her out. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to be vulgar. I'm not going to be disrespectful. I'm going to be factual. Okay. She complained that because she was disagreeing with me, people were attacking her. You listen, people disagree with me all the time. I believe people are attacking you, Paulina Testerman, because when you speak up, you are rude, disrespectful, deceitful, one sided, ignorant on plenty of things, and you're out of touch with reality on what really goes on in a public school each day. So when you have that attitude of being rude to people, disrespectful, deceitful, one-sided, ignorant, out of touch with reality, there's some people who will harass you because of that. I don't agree with that, but here's what I understand. Just like love begets love, hate begets hate. So if you're going to be preaching hate at people, if you're going to be throwing your confirmation bias, one-sided opinion at people, there's people who aren't going to respond appropriately. Now, Paulina Testerman, I've answered you a couple times. I've never been inappropriate to you. You don't like what I have to say, but I'm not being rude or disrespectful. And that's the difference between you and I. You have to resort to being rude, disrespectful, deceitful, one-sided. And that's where people will harass you, when you have that type of opinion. Listen, there's plenty of people who don't agree with what I'm saying, but outside of the few trolls like you and that Shanice Wire and a couple of others, you're disappearing because everybody sees who you are. And that's the thing. I might be controversial speaking scripture, calling people out like Principal Matthew Gruel for violating school board policy. Shirley Brown, who all we ever hear about her from parents is she just disregards them. So yes, Brown is a clown. That might sound disrespectful, but this is pretty much describing what Shirley's doing in her position as a school board member. She's acting like a clown. The father called her out. She's not even paying attention to people. She's not even showing them basic respect. And I think that's where people are disappointed in Shirley Brown and you, Paulina Testerman. You get offended when people don't like your opinion. Well, it's because of your response to theirs. Same thing. You and I don't have to agree. You don't like what I'm have to saying right now, but I'm not being verbally abusive. I'm not saying anything about you that's not true. And I think that's the difference. So if you want to get on and blog about school, go ahead and do it. You have the right to do it. But if you're talking about school, are you even a teacher? Have you ever been in schools? Do you even know what it's like? And I think that's the issue. So again, those of you who I keep saying, use your 3 minutes. I want people speaking up at the school board meeting. That's how you do it. Use your 3 minutes. Use them wisely, because people are listening. And then that's going to get more and more people to come. What do we have? About 10 people speak up at the last school board meeting, September 15th. If we're allowed to speak at that next one, let's double the number. Bring a topic to talk about. Bring a topic from those first couple of weeks of school as a teacher, staff member, parent that you want to discuss, and do that. Do it open, do it honestly. Okay. And that's all we're asking. So, Paulina, I'm here to stay. I'm going to continue to post this stuff, and maybe you can start opening your mind and opening your ears to the other side. You don't have to agree with me. I don't need your agreement. But don't tell me that I'm not on topic when I'm talking about schools every day. Don't tell me that scripture isn't a fundamental part of people's life every day. Okay, so it's the truth. I mean, that's what it is. So listen, speaking up and speaking out, we all got to continue to do it. But just remember, when you do speak up and speak out, people will come after you. I've heard plenty of stories and I'm seeing it already. But it is what it is. That's okay. That's part of the consequence. And we can deal with that because you know what? Love begets love. So you can throw hate at me, but I'm not throwing hate back at you. I understand that. So my advice to you, Paulina Testerman, if you don't like the hate that some people are spewing at you, then look at the hate that you're spewing out. Because what I know is I'm getting nothing but love. I'm getting nothing but love from people. And it's pretty incredible because of the topics I'm talking about. Okay. And there again, there's people who disagree. I'm okay with that. But no one, outside of these couple of trolls, no one's being like you are. And I think that's all. Check yourself, just like we all have to do every day, just like I have to do every day. All right. That's my Saturday. I'm going to keep it under. It's at 11 minutes right now. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Continue to look for the causes, fight for the cause, and speak up. That's what America is. America is individuals, it's citizens speaking up and speaking out. When one spine is stiffened, others will follow. Okay, courage begets courage. All right, have a great Saturday. Love you all.